Hi guys, so as promised, here is the video on the Kyosho Mini Z 128 scale 500 Abarth Assetto Corsa, and we are going to be using this lovely auto scale collection body. These are actually really rare, new in box, never been opened. We are going to be also using the lovely limited edition Mini Z. Look at that, with all the Japanese writing and everything. The MA-030 Evo chassis, and this is the red limited edition one, which has the dual wishbone suspension, which I love and is super realistic. It gives you an exact similar design to a proper coilover suspension at the rear, not like your standard Mini Z all-wheel drive chassis. One thing though about this that is gonna be really, really nice is that I am gonna be converting this, which is kind of a shame, but because the car is in real life, a front-wheel drive drivetrain, so we're going to convert this all-wheel drive drivetrain into a front-wheel drive drivetrain to match exact realism. So kind of like what we did with the 10 scale Abarth, the M05 chassis, but we didn't really have to modify this to be a front-wheel drive drivetrain. It comes that way from factory. But that's nice to have, you know, a functioning kit like this that, you know, really resembles and replicates the way the real car drives. Because as we'll see also with the real Abarth, it's front-wheel drive, Assetto Corsa front-wheel drive, and that's really cool to me. I love mimicking the real thing as much as possible, so that's cool. Okay, so enough talking about it. Let's unbox it and get to working. Man, Kyosho Mini Z, despite the size, they really do look like die-cast models. They don't really look like RC cars. A lot of people buy these, and I mean a lot of people buy these just to display them as is, because they just look so freaking good. Really, what a masterpiece. Weirdly enough, the baby Mini Z has a little bit more detail than the 10 scale Tamiya. I will give it credit, and they usually do that. For example, the wipers are all, you know, 3D printed. You can even tell, I don't know if you can see it, but the little detail in the, I don't know if the camera will detect it, but the carbon fiber even shows on the hood scoops. So yeah, and even the tow hooks. The tow hooks are, you know, super realistic. They're popping out. They're not just stickers. Everything here is kind of etched, even the badging and everything. This is amazing. Very, very nice. And you know, having the real 500 Abarth, I can kind of nitpick and look at the details, and it's super detailed. So yeah, really cool. Let's see it alongside the Tamiya. There we go. Super nice. Okay, let's take the chassis outside of the box. I like the red. Really pretty, actually. Okay, here's the manual. Despite it being so tiny, it's actually a massive manual, because these are very high-tech machines. These are proper race cars that are shrunken down. I'm totally convinced by that. This seems to be the... No, it's not the DWS. It's somewhere in there. All right, let's untie this and continue. All right, so here it is out of the box. And man, do I absolutely love this thing. The red really pops. I mean, it's so freaking bright, as you can see, even on camera. I'm gonna reduce the light actually behind me because it is too much. There you go. So what I love about the limited edition kits, they're kind of like the SP kits, you know. I love the gold connectors for the battery. Here, this is, you know, increases the connectivity. It's really amazing, but that's not all this kit is. As you can see on the box, it tells you some features, you know, like the full ball bearings and the 100 times throttle, the better throttle response. So 100 times, not 10 times, 5 times, 20 times, 100 times. and it's got 11.2 times the servo internal processing speed. So very, very nice. And my favorite thing, you know, yes, you get the X-Speed 8500 kV motor and all that stuff. And originally, out of the box, it comes with the same strut rear setup as the MA030F. But this one has the double wishbone suspension kit included, which is my favorite thing. It's not this one, and it's not this one. You got a drive shaft here, interesting, maybe for different wheelbases. There we go. That looks like a double wishbone. Yes, so that is a very complex, as you can see, double wishbone kit that you have to install. And that's my favorite part about this kit. Makes it much more realistic, much more like a real car. Even now, as is, it's a proper strut, you know, system and all that stuff. And the front is a VCS system, which is really nice. I like these front. But I'm a fan of just looking at it. Like, when you look at the older RC cars like the X mods, even though they're completely outdated compared to something like a high-tech Mini Z, this is more like a race car, but still, it's just, I love looking at the, you know, like the stuff that we're used to as car people, like normal coilover suspension, oil shocks, things like that. So when you have this kind of stuff, it's, I know it's faster and probably better at this scale, but it just doesn't correlate well. But yeah, let's try to fit the body on this and see how we get on. All right, guys, so I kind of did it. I'll show you exactly what I had to remove. Let's put these stuff here. This is important, can't get rid of that. There we go, here's the chassis. So I needed to remove the differential. I needed to remove the drive shaft with the gear on the end, and I needed to remove these dog bones. Now these are interesting. You have to pop them off. They sit kind of like a CVD, so you have to pop them off and they will pop off. So that's it. That's literally all you have to remove, and shorten the wheelbase, obviously, to make it fit. And here we go. What a beauty. Let's see if the wheels will fit now. Sadly, because it's an all-wheel drive chassis, I cannot really put these wheels on. I need the adapters, which are on the way. They have special adapters for these to make them fit into the all-wheel drive wheel. But it's so far so good. I'm gonna put another set of white wheels here and see how it looks, and we'll go from there. All right, finally, after fiddling with the electronics a little bit, because you know the new Mini Zs, they don't come already paired or anything. You have to pair them to a remote, and you have to buy the receiver separate. So finally we have it completely ready. Let's put it down here. So I'm gonna put it on something. So I'm gonna go test it out in the living room right now. Let's see how it drives. Beautiful, you're doing a good job. Can you notice that it's front wheel drive? It's driving like a front wheel drive car, or you can't see it?
I cannot on the video, I cannot
You can't see it.
Just trying to test it.
All right, guys. So that's it for today's video on this lovely Mini Z front wheel drive conversion, or whatever you want to call it. Just really brilliant fun, these kits. Don't let the size discourage you. They are such high-grade hobby RC cars. They're very techy. They drive super realistic, and the characteristics are really funny on these things. You know, you have the rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, front-wheel drive. You have the mid-engine mount, rear engine mount. You have the front engine mount. You have upper engine mounts. It's just, the list goes on. And yeah, it's as you saw in the video, they're great fun to drive. And like I said, it's not just the fact that they are, you know, a much more friendly price point for many people to enter. They're also really durable, but the accessibility, you know, to just drive them in your living room without needing to go and find a spot, or as long as you have a nice flat spot somewhere in the house or an apartment or something. Even if you don't have the space in your house, let's say you go somewhere indoors where you find a little corner or something, these are very easy to access the hobby. So I like them, and it was really wonderful to see an exact replica of the actual car. Granted, that's an Assetto build. This is an actual Assetto, you know, replica mini kit. So yeah, that's it for today, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, I will see you guys next time. Ciao.